How would you like to get a tier 3 weapon super early and grounded that doesn't need to be crafted but can be upgraded and has a bonus that is like nothing you've seen before? Let's take a look at the new electrifying axe, the Pinchwhacker, and where to find it. First up, let's take a look at this thing in action. So this is in my new survival world that I started a couple of days ago, and as you can see, the AoE effect from this thing is actually electrifying. It does have an electric AoE effect, and it does proc randomly. Not sure what the percent chance is. Sometimes it seems to go off quite frequently, sometimes it doesn't. And you'll see here against this Ore Weaver that basically it's gonna go off a couple times towards the end of the fight. So we're gonna keep hitting it here a little bit, and then we're gonna see there it goes off once, and it's gonna go off again here and again, and it just keeps going off. And what it does is when it actually procs, it looks like it stuns them. And then we're gonna have a mosquito here, which is gonna be the third and final fight. So we're gonna hit this mosquito a couple of times, and then the mosquito is going to just get absolutely destroyed when the lightning goes off. Bam, shocking it straight to the ground, basically just completely nullifying its attacks, and super easy combat right there. So before I show you where to find the Pinchwhacker, I wanted to compare it to the other axes you'll see in the game just to show you how it compares to them. We're going to skip the Pebblet Axe, which is the base axe that you can make super early on. Instead, we're going to look at the Insect Axe, which is the second tier axe, as well as the Termite Axe, comparing it to the Pinchwhacker. The Insect Axe is normally the second axe you get. It's going to give you 2 damage, 1.5 stun, and 3.5 attack speed. You're also going to need it to cut down the husky weeds. The Termite Axe you normally get much later on in the game. Probably I'm about 20-ish hours into the new save that I started, and I haven't gotten the Termite Axe yet. I'm not super rushing through, but I do know how to do all the early game stuff, and I haven't gotten it yet. You're going to notice this does more damage, so it does 3.5 damage, 1.5 stun, and it has a 3.5 attack speed. So same attack speed, same stun, but it does, what is that, about 1.5 extra damage, so that's about 50%, 75% more damage. The Pinchwhacker does the exact same, has the same base stats as the Termite Axe. However, it does have that shock AoE that we just looked at. The other cool thing is you're going to find this. You're not going to have to actually craft it. Now, when you're upgrading them, there are a couple of things to note here. The Insect Axe and the Termite Axe can go any of the upgrade paths. The Pinchwhacker can only go up the Mighty Path. Also, you can only repair the Pinchwhacker even from level 0 using repair glue. So you're going to want to make sure you have that access to that before you use it. Otherwise, what you can do, if you don't have access to the repair station or the glue mash or whatever it's called now, what you'll do is once it's about to break, you can upgrade it. Upgrading it will repair it. And what you'll notice here is it's going to be useful early on because you should actually be able to get this when I show you where to get it before you can actually get the Insect Axe. And it's going to allow you to chop down the husky weeds. It's going to give you that extra damage. And it's almost going to basically nullify the Insect Axe as long as you manage it properly. Now, I will say there's only one of them. So if you're playing multiplayer, you're going to only have one of them. And as far as I know so far, maybe there's going to be more later on, but you can't craft it either. There's only going to be one of them. So with that out of the way, we looked at all the pluses and minuses. Let's take a look at where to find it so you can get on your way to finding this thing. Especially if you're starting over fresh, it's going to be a super useful weapon to get very early on. So where do we find the Pinchwhacker? We're going to find the Pinchwhacker inside of the retaining wall lab over here, which was formerly called the Berry Monster Lab because there used to be a berry monster inside of it. We are over here on the east side of the map, just south of the koi pond. You're going to see the koi pond is over here. That's where we were just a minute ago. There's this giant milk carton, which was added in the 1.0 update, and we're going to be trying to get into there. All we're going to need to get into there is going to be a way to get up there, which I'm going to recommend using clover roofs because that's going to be the easiest way to get up there. You're going to need yourself a splat burst as well as a torch. You can use the brat burst if you're good enough at aiming, but I'm going to use the splat burst just because the first time I tried to get it, I threw the brat burst and it bounced off and didn't blow up. So you can just drop it there and do that, but I'm just going to use the splat burst just because it's going to be easier. What we're going to do is we're going to pick one of these rocks and build from it, and I think it is this rock is the one. This rock is the one I built from last time. Now I'm in creative. That's why the beetles aren't bothering me. There are a lot of dangerous creatures over here, but they shouldn't be that difficult to deal with, or you can just avoid them, honestly, if you stay over here on this wall. So all we're going to do is we're going to build up here using a clover roof here. One more, and then we're going to build flat across to get inside of here. So it should be pretty easy to get up into this thing. We're going to get up here. We're going to pull out our splat burst. Like I said, if you have a brat burst, you can just kind of drop it here. When I threw it the first time, it bounced off. So we're going to throw that against the wall, back up so we don't take damage. There's the explosion. You should be able to get the brat burst pretty early. All you have to do is either analyze the red ant eggs or also fungal growth. You can, of course, get red ant eggs in the red anthill. So when you come in here, you're going to notice there's not really much in this lab. However, you're going to find the Pinchwhacker sitting in this trash can, so make sure you don't miss that. The other things that are going to be down here are going to be this chest. These are going to have tier 3 as well as tier 2 upgrades. The whetstones are for weapons. The plating are for armor, so we're going to grab all those. And then one other thing that's in here is going to be the Rotten Berry Charm. The Rotten Berry Charm you can equip in your accessory slot. So basically, just drag it over to our accessory slot. This thing's going to give you Rotten Deluge. I believe that creates a toxic cloud dust, kind of like what the stink bugs do. If you found this video helpful, make sure to click the like button, and here's another video you might find useful as well.